Hello, everyone. Happy full moon. I'm excited for this moon tonight, and I wanted to just quickly come on in to share with you a few tools and resources that are powerful to actually use tonight. There's some of them are traditional moon rituals that I have been facilitating when I used to do my in-person moon events as well as my retreats and things around the moon, but also some specific things that are in alignment with the energy tonight that I wanted to share with you. And most of these are just rituals that I myself do, and I wanted to come in and share. So have a wonderful, wonderful moon tonight. And before that, here I am just sharing with you a couple rituals. One of my favorite ways to do moon rituals, and it's something that a lot of my clients and a lot of my live, and also we just had a virtual retreat, attendees have said works fantastic, is using all of the elements that we have there. So the elements are air, fire, water, earth. We have all those elements there. So air, fire, water, earth. And when we're working with elements, we can actually utilize all of them. Now, there's a few that I tend to use a lot of while I'm home and things. I love as much as possible to get out in nature, right? If I can be by water and have the water element be that, I would prefer that way more over the water element that I'm going to share tonight. And these other elements that you can just find easily in your home can be just as powerful because it's based off of your intention behind it, not necessarily the actual thing, too. Got to remember that. So there's the quality of what element I'm going to share with you today, but it's really about your intention you have with it. Don't hesitate to ask any questions, but we're going to be just quickly going over all these elements, and then it'll help you to learn how to create a ceremony or how to have a ritual when it comes to full moons. So full moons are a time to shed and release. So that's when the moon is at its brightest, meaning it is ready to kind of laser rid of any problems, any struggles, whatever's coming up for you. It's that time to kind of zap it out of your experience. So when the moon is at its brightest, that's when it's time. It's like things can open up, things can unlock, everything is ready to be released. New moons are when you're ready to set new intentions. So it's when the moon is the darkest to when it's beginning to light up. So almost your intentions manifesting what you want manifesting. So tonight we're going to do things to release. Now the first one that I want to share with you is air element, and it's one of the easiest ones. Now there's two things here that I'm going to share. Number one is how to actually do smudging techniques. So here's Palo Santo, here's sage. And smudging techniques are pretty simple. Obviously, you would light the particular thing up and you would smudge your area, your home. I myself, so I'm an empath and a highly sensitive person, being on all this virtual stuff now has been starting to drain me. Or last month, I just kind of felt like I had like this emotional hangover. And so now I am doing clearing every single day. I was on 2 events already over Zoom today. I led coaching calls already today. And I have been susceptible to all this stuff coming through. So I just smudge my space every single day now. That's just something I do because being a highly sensitive person, all this energy right now that's coming at me in different forms just requires a little bit more clearing. So air element, right? This is coming into the air. Another way to utilize air element is actually to diffuse. So diffusing essential oils can be your air element. All right, so part of your moon ceremony can be to bring in air element. We have here smudging. You have the sage or Palo Santo. Palo Santo takes a little bit longer to light up, but it doesn't ash as much. So I have a Palo Santo stick by my bed. I have one in my massage office. I have one right here by my computer. But if you notice, smudge stick, sage stick. Those are the 2 that I have here, Palo Santo or sage. So 2 easy things to utilize for full moon stuff. So there's our air element, the diffuser or the Palo Santo sage. Now for our earth element, this is what I love to always bring in. And with moon stuff, it's great to bring in crystals. So I just brought a few here. And this is just a cute little plate that I put some of my crystals on. Now, crystals are a great opportunity to get them cleared as on a moon, especially the full moon. So all you would do, you don't have to put them out under the moon if you don't want to. So say where the moonlight would be positioned in your home. It's not necessarily there. That light is right emitting through everything. Also, if it's cloudy out, the moon is still being able, the energy of the moon is still coming through. So if you have capability to put them out somewhere safe where they'd be out underneath the moon, that's fantastic. If not, just placing your crystals all on your windowsill and letting them to clear, because this is powerful earth energy. These come right straight from the earth, and they can be really beneficial to help you. Now, I have different crystals for different intentions. So this is my crystal I use in the morning, every morning with my morning meditations. And I hold it, and then I also place it on specific chakras. So this crystal actually has an intention. If you've never created intentions for crystals, you could sit with your crystals and see, what are they calling you for? What might they be utilized for? In some of my new energy clearing sessions that I'm doing with clients, where we get on virtually, I have them bring all their crystals in, and then we'll sometimes muscle test them. I will tap intuitively where they need them, and we'll figure out a crystal for each chakra. It's kind of cool to know specific crystals for specific things like chakras, or these would be for specific rituals. So for me, right, I do my meditation every morning, so that's what they are. These two are for a declaration that I make in the mirror. I do mirror work every morning, helps me connect to self. So the intention behind these is that. And I have many, many more crystals. I just wanted to share with you how you use crystals as earth energy, as well as how to cleanse them and clear them during a full moon. So there's earth energy. All right, we're gonna look at water energy right now, and then fire. So the cool thing about fire is we did actually use fire energy a moment ago with the air element, because you lit the Palo Santo. So in essence, there was a fire energy happening, and Palo Santo and also the sage, they clear. It clears the air out. So that fire, the intention around the fire is to clear and cleanse when we're doing moon rituals. Another thing that you can do is, I love to do this if I don't have a big fire pit, and something you can actually do at home. Now, you might want a bigger bowl than this. You could do it in your sink if you have a deep, deep sink, or find a safe space outside. Okay, so we're talking about lighting something on fire. You have to listen to your own intuition here of what's the safest. Sometimes finding charcoal, like charcoal grills, maybe you have community charcoal grills or something like that where it's deemed safe. Just disclaimer here, find a safe space if you're going to actually fire things up. A way that I love to do it is I actually will set a glass of water out, and I can even start to set it out soon. Once the sun goes down, I set my water out, and I let the full moon come in for this water element, which I'm going to share in a moment. Then I just journal. I sit and journal. What am I ready to let go of? This particular moon, a lot of it is about getting your ducks in a row for things that you're just no longer willing to hold on to. Like, what are your non-negotiables now? It is kind of like the buck stops here. This is the moon to really look at what is time. There has been a lot of intense energy for the last several months. It is time now to cleanse and clear. We're moving in kind of into a new stage. If you listen to a lot of astrologers, you're going to hear them talking about that. And this is a perfect time to journal, write down what's no longer serving you. And what I like to do is I rip that paper up. I rip it up. I place it in a bowl, and this is a bowl that can withstand heat. Sometimes I might wear an oven mitt to protect myself, and then I'll just light that paper on fire. Now, what I do with that is I light it on fire in a safe space, and then I make sure, now we're bringing in the water element, I make sure that I have my moon water. So I let, as long as I can have it under the moon, I let it cleanse under the moon, and then I use my moon water to then pour onto that paper. I pour it on once I notice the paper's been ashed up enough. Now, most of this paper is ash form, so depending on where you burnt it, you might just be able to leave it there. If you want to, release these remains, if you want to call them that, dig a hole in the earth. Just make sure, that's all wet and there's no flames or heat left, and bury it. Almost let that be recycled and composted into something new. So those are a few different really fun rituals that you can use with all of the elements. There's other things like moons are a great time to go out for a walk under them, great time to maybe put some music on and dance and have some fun, as well as using all the elements. So I'm going to just quickly go back over these, and don't hesitate to ask me any questions about this as well, because things might come up, and I'm more than happy to support you. So again, the full moon today, a lot of it is about, all right, the buck stops here. What are you ready? What is non-negotiable for you to finally let go of? And then utilizing these elements that I just shared. So clearing space with air element, creating intentions around the crystals you have of what they can be used for earth element, and then placing them either outside or on a windowsill to clear under the moon. Setting some water out underneath the moon and creating moon water. And then once it's been out there, as long as you're able to let it be out there, then we're utilizing the fire ritual with journaling what we no longer are ready to hold on to or doesn't serve us, tearing it up, using the fire element in a safe way, lighting, and then once that has been more into some cleared away energy, you can pour the water right on it. And again, I mentioned putting it into Mother Earth if you're able to, and thanking Mother Earth for all that Mother Earth does for us, as well as thanking the moon. So those are just a few options. If any of you have any other questions, don't hesitate. And this is Tracy coming to you with some full moon rituals. Be well and have a fantastic full moon.